Hi, welcome to the Baer Essentials Learning Lab, where you can learn a new term every day. The term for today, as you can see on the whiteboard behind me, is mמשמע שנאמר, אינו יודע, תלמוד לומר. ממשמע שנאמar loosely means, had the Torah just said, and it will be followed with an excerpt of a pasuk, a fragment of a pasuk. Ino יודע, wouldn't I know? And then it will say what we would have known. Tלמוד לומר, what is it coming to teach me? And then it will quote another part of a pasuk. So basically it works like this. If the Torah would have just said X, wouldn't I know that X is true? Tלמוד לומר, so then why did the Torah have to write this extra phrase, which seems to be telling me that X is true? Basically, what it's asking is that the Torah seems to be repeating itself. It's writing a second phrase, which seems to be redundant. I'll give you an example from a Gemara in Maseches Kiddushin. Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught in a brisa. And here's our term. Mמשמע שנאמר, had the Torah just written, and it does say these words, Sakol Yisakel Hashor. It says, then the ox should certainly get stoned. If an ox kills someone, then the ox gets stoned. So if the Torah had just written that the ox gets stoned, Ino יודע, wouldn't I know, Shenavelahi, that the ox is an avela? An avela is any animal which died in any way other than through a proper slaughtering, through a proper shchita. So if you stone an ox, that's not a proper shchita, therefore the ox is an avela. Now the Torah says one may not eat an avela. So if the Torah would have just said, stone the ox, wouldn't I know that this ox has been killed through an improper slaughter? Unavela asura b'achila. And an avela is forbidden to be eaten. The Torah says straight out, one may not eat an avela. Therefore, the question is, Tלמוד לומר, what is the Torah teaching us by writing this seemingly extraneous phrase? It says, Lo ye'achel es b'saro. Its flesh may not be eaten. Well, obviously the ox's flesh may not be eaten because it wasn't slaughtered properly. So why did the Torah have to write that? Magid lecha, the Gemara answers, the Brisa answers to teach us, Magid lecha pasuk, the pasuk is telling you, she'em shechato la'achar shenigmar dino, that if one slaughtered properly, did a ritual slaughter of the ox after it was condemned to death, but before it was stoned, she'asur b'achila, it is still forbidden to be eaten. So, of course, if the ox is stoned, one may not eat it. The Torah doesn't need to tell us that. The extra words that the flesh may not be eaten is telling us that even if it is properly slaughtered after it's been condemned to death, it still may not be eaten. So, we started out with a problem, which is that the pasuk seemed to be saying that you stone the ox and you can't eat it, which is obvious. It's really telling us, stone the ox. But if you don't stone it and you slaughter it, you still may not eat it. So the way this structure works is, it's saying, if we just had phrase number 1, we would have known that X is true. Why do we need phrase 2, which seems to be telling us that X is true? And then it'll answer that phrase 2 is teaching us something different.